My name is Quentin D'Souza. I am the Chief Education Officer of the Durham Real Estate Investment Club. You're watching Real Deal Renos. This is a series of videos showing real estate investors in the local area how they're investing in real estate, what type of renovations they're doing, and how they're able to make cash flow. And you can do it too. Rob, how you doing?
Good, Quentin.
Good. I'm glad that you invited us out to take a look at your renovation.
Thank you for coming.
All right. Can you explain, what you do and who you are?
What I do and who I am. Well, I work at Remax Jazz now, so I'm a full-time realtor and an investor in Durham region, as well as you. And I've learned a lot from you, so thank you for everything that you've done. And today I'm glad you guys came out to our renovation that we're doing here.
Excellent. Thanks very much for having us. Well, what attracted you to this area particularly? Why did you decide on this area for this property?
Well, it wasn't so much the area, it was the property itself that attracted us to it. We got it at a pretty good price, and it was something that we were able to convert to a legal 2-unit, where it didn't have any kind of apartment in the basement to begin with. So it was a single-family home that we're converting to a duplex.
Excellent. So as a single-family home, what do you think this would rent for?
Oh, what would it rent for as a single-family home?
Yeah, what do you think?
Probably about $1,500 plus utilities.
$1,500 plus utilities. Okay, and now as a legal duplex, so you're trying to take this property and maximize its potential. Mm-hmm. And so what would it rent for now as 2 separate units?
Well, as a legal duplex, I think we've already rented out the top space, so we get $1,250 for the top, and then they also rent the garage for $150. Yeah. And then the basement will probably be somewhere in the area of $950 plus utilities.
$950 plus utilities. How many bedrooms are in the basement?
There's going to be 2.
2 bedrooms in the basement. Okay.
Right now, there's pretty much nothing down there. There's a big mess.
Okay. Well, what's really interesting is that you have the top floor rented while you're doing your work downstairs. What's the advantage of doing that?
Well, we're covering most of our bills as we move through the renovations. You may or may not want to take that advice and run with it, but it's something that we do.
Okay, and that just helps to cover your costs and allows you to do what you need to do on the property while the tenant's up there. Yeah,
it's good, and I mean, they understood that we were going to do some rentals, and they're not always super happy, but they understand that for the first couple months there was going to be some things going on, and then it'll run smoothly after that, I think. Cool. But there is some challenges for sure with having tenants upstairs while the basement's being renovated.
Yeah, I mean, there's always those challenges, but I think from a property perspective, even taking it from $1,500 now to just basically the garage and the upper unit is $1,400, right? That's amazing. Plus, you're adding another $950 downstairs, so you've really maximized the rents, anyways, with that renovation that you've done. What kind of cash flow do you think you expect to get on this property? Not including like maintenance, vacancy, property management, just raw cash flow.
I would imagine it'll be somewhere in the area of $800 or $900.
$800 or $900 a month.
Yeah,
great. But
I always factor those other things in as well.
You absolutely do. But to make it easier to compare to what other projects and other people are doing, it's easier just to not include it because everybody has like a different number that they use. Some people use 20%, some people use 10%, and there's a lot of variable in between. So that's why I kind of exclude it from those numbers, and it makes it easier just to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So 900 is really good. Are you planning to do any like refinancing on the property after you've done the renovation?
If it makes sense at the time, we will do it. Yeah, for sure. It's just all because we did get a closed mortgage on this one, so we could get a good rate.
Right.
I mean, if it happens to be 5 years down the road when we can refinance, that's all good too.
Okay.
I think just a solid investment property with good cash flow.
Yeah, that's great.
Whether it makes sense to do it when the renovations are done, or whether it makes more sense to do it in 5 years, we'll see.
Okay, so you're playing it by ear to see how it goes.
Yep.
With the renovation and lift value.
Yeah. I think we'll get lots of lift out of the renovations.
Okay, so what kind of lift do you think you'll get? Are you expecting?
On a refi, I predict that based on what I've seen in the market, we could probably get a refi of about 370,000.
370. Okay. Are you willing to share what you got into it? Like what
We
you
bought
got-
those for 269. It's gonna be about 50,000
Right.
for renovations.
Right. That's excellent. So that really is looking like if you were to do a refi at 370, you would basically get all your money out plus $10,000.
Something like that. If it worked out well, yeah.
All right, I can give you a high five. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, and you'd still cash flow quite well even at that number, right?
Yep.
So that's awesome. Great job on that. Do you mind taking us through the property? We know we can't get into the top floor, but maybe just taking a look at the bottom and see what's going on, a little bit of a tour.
Sure, sounds good. Let's go.
If you don't mind just explaining, what kind of square footage are we looking at it for this particular basement?
Well, it'll be about 800 or 900 square feet.
800 or 900 square feet, okay. And what are you doing right now? Maybe you can explain.
We're doing everything right now.
Okay.
But the main thing that you'll notice is we had to move this beam right here up
Right.
into the floor joist to get our ceiling height.
Yeah.
So that was what was attractive to us, and what a lot of investors that came through this place didn't see was the challenge of getting this beam out of the way to get our ceiling height in order to legalize this unit down here as a separate apartment. So
Excellent.
you can see how each of the joists are tied into the beam
Yep.
again, and we've put it right up in there, and now we've got our height. So everything is sort of in makeshift mode right now so that the upper tenants can run their household, and it's on and off every day basically. They get shut down through the day while they're gone, and everything gets turned back on for them at night before the guys leave. But I mean, we had to move a lot of the plumbing
Yeah.
and a lot of the electrical, so you could see the floors are,
Right.
the new drains are in.
So what's over on that side? Is that the bathroom over
Yeah,
there?
so this is going to be the bathroom over here,
Yeah.
and the laundry,
Right.
and then we've got the utility room in behind that.
Okay.
Over here in this corner is going to be the kitchen,
Right.
and then the living space, and the
Okay.
2 bedrooms are going to be back here.
All right. So you got two bedrooms at the back of the house with the existing windows.
And we're also putting another window in right over here.
Okay. So you're adding a window in.
Yeah.
And where's your panel? I didn't see
Panels
that.
right there.
Oh, okay. So the panel's back in the corner there, right?
Yep.
Is it separate panels or is it one panel?
No,
and
it's all,
splitting?
everything's together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. And so you've been doing quite a bit of work here on this particular property, and just getting all the rough work done. So you said that the property was finished. You've unfinished it,
We did.
and now you're going to finish it again.
Yeah, you can see our old flooring is over there still.
Oh.
Maybe we'll be able to use some of it. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe not. We'll
Right.
see.
Cut down some costs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the old ceramic tile didn't come up as well, so we won't be reusing that.
No, definitely not. Okay, and then I think what was really cool and what you said was that other investors, other people who came into the property, looked at it, saw the ceiling height, and left, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you were able to take, vision, putting up the temporary walls, cutting the joists, using joist hangers, and pushing up that beam so that you're able to support the weight of the beam, and now you've got the ceiling height that you need.
Yeah, and that was my first experience with that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where I've found now that I've done enough of unknown things. When something unknown comes up, now I can say, all right, let's put a price on it and not worry about all of the nuances that are involved with it.
Right.
Get somebody in there that knows what they're doing,
Yeah.
and let them do what they do.
And take action,
Yeah.
right? And get it done. Okay, very good. So how many weeks have you been to get you to this point?
This has been about 3 weeks of work down here.
Okay, 3 weeks
Yeah.
of work. Okay, and so you seem to be well underway of getting this done. Once everything is in place that you need to get in place, how long do you think this renovation is going to take you overall?
Well, I mean, I would imagine that it will probably take me another 2 months
To get it-
before it's ready to rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little under 3 months to get this total gut back and then renovated and then ready to rent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, and do you have any tips for anybody who would be going through this process? You know, like something that would help them to move along. That the tip about the beam was excellent. That was great. Any other tips you might want to?
Well, I would say get a good support team.
Yeah.
Get a good support team. Go to Durham REI or some other places where there's investors doing the same type of thing. The people that are action takers.
Okay.
And listen and learn.
All right. So your advice is to make sure that you get out to find like-minded people, to go out there and to learn from them, and to go out then to do it yourself, right?
Yeah,
Take
don't
the
learn
action.
too much. Don't learn everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this kind of stuff, but talk to the people that do and move forward.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Great advice. I think you have an excellent property that's going on here, and the numbers are extremely good. I know you don't want to, you know, you're not thinking about the refinance part of things, but I mean, just so everybody knows who's looking at these numbers, what you're doing is basically a no money down deal. Because if you wanted to refinance at the end of this project, you'd be able to refinance all your money out, including paying yourself about $10,000, right? If you decided to, I know that's not something that you're.
Well, we might
decided
do
to
that.
do. Yeah.
Best case scenario, yeah, that is what it looks like.
Yeah.
There's money costs up front, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, a couple months down the road, we could potentially get paid to buy this place.
And then the difference is that your cash flow number would go down. That's all, right? And so instead of taking 900 or 1,000, you're probably taking closer to 500. You know, gross cash flow before all the vacancy, repairs, maintenance, and all those things.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the price of being able to do the refinance if you decided to go down that way, or you take a larger cash flow. It's a great problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Make more money, or have more money to spend.
Yeah, I think a nice chunk for doing all this work would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, you get paid to do it. And so you're working with joint venture partners on this particular property?
I am. And it was actually really interesting. The person that bought this place, I had somebody lined up, and that deal didn't work out with them. But somebody else heard that story and called me and said, if I buy that place, would you like to work with me on it? So I said, sure, absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah.
So now you've got a joint venture partner that, on this property going forward, and excellent stuff. That's great.
And I've worked with them on a couple of other deals even since then, in the last month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. It's all those connections that you make, and that help you to build your business. People think that this is about bricks and mortar and all that stuff. We know that real estate is about relationships. It's about people, right? And about having relationship with people that can help you and you can help them. So it's great to hear that that's what you're doing, Rob. So
yeah, exactly.
All right, so I guess people get a little bit nervous when they see their floor all broken up like this, and you can see that there's quite a bit of things going on. Do you want to talk a little bit about what we have here? And
sure. Well, we had to put a bathroom in and a kitchen in, and there wasn't any of those things here.
Right.
So you have to put the systems in place in order to handle them.
Right.
Can't have your bathtub draining on the floor, I guess. So this is what they need to do. You've got to break out your old concrete and put all of these systems in place. So it runs from here where the bathroom is,
Yeah.
and runs all the way over here.
You've got your main drain. It looks like there's a drain here, and you've got a drain over here by your furnace,
Which is great.
Yeah, and
You don't
is
have
that
to run-
and that's your shower over there, or is that a tub?
That's tub over there.
So the tub's coming in, and this is your toilet right here, your flange, and this is a sink.
Yep, that'll be where the sink is. So I'm probably going to have to move this out of the way a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be moved over in order for everything to work out here.
Now, where's your stack? I don't see your. Oh,
It's going to be over there on the other side of the room. So our kitchen's over here.
Yeah.
But then when the walls go up, we were trying to figure this out. And instead of having it against the wall
Right.
and having a box around it,
Right.
we've got it here, and it's going to be incorporated into the wall. And the one from upstairs has to run down along the ductwork and come into the wall and go down here as well. So we thought that was the best use of the wall space as well as this wall space.
Right.
A place to get the drain out without being in the way.
Okay. All right, good. And what about over there? What do you have going on in that corner? It seems...
So this used to be the laundry over here.
Okay.
So we've taken our laundry from here and we're going to move it over beside the bathroom and put a stackable washer and dryer in over there.
All right.
So this is just them tying everything up over here so that we could do that. There was a floor drain here initially.
Okay. So it's all been capped and...
Everything's been taken care of. We actually had to jet out the whole system because it was half full of sludge.
Oh wow! So you had to, what did you do, right out to the city?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you
Did
cleaned
the
up,
whole thing.
cleaned out the entire drains? Wow. So just a lot of stuff over time, eh?
So you can't see it very well, but yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
The old one was right full of sludge.
Right. So you're taking care of that issue. Now you've got a lot better flow, I bet, upstairs too in this property.
Essentially a new system.
Yeah. Great. Good stuff. And it looks like the exterior wall there, what are you doing insulation wise?
I believe we're going to leave the existing walls the way that they are, and then I don't. You know what? Putting this on my bag.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. The guys that do it will handle it.
Okay. No, that's fair. You know, you're giving it to the people who are most qualified to do it.
Right.
And you've got the property under your belt, and you know you're going to make money from it, and you know you've got the team in place to help you. I'm
qualified to call in the qualified people.
There you go. Good stuff. Can you give us a little tour around the property as well? So what have you done to the back of this property to allow for access to the yard? It looks like obviously it's a door. So what was here before?
There was a window there before.
All right, and so you've cut it down from...
So they could stand in... Yeah, we cut it down here.
Yeah, all
down the side. And put the new door frame in, put the door in. Yeah. So now instead of just staring out at their nice backyard, they can actually have access to it.
Great.
Stand inside the window and let me out.
Yeah, so they can... why did you do that? What was your thought process of adding a door? Because it wasn't required, but...
No.
But you definitely did it for a reason, right?
Right. So what I found is, especially when you're taking one of the entrances away from the tenants to have access to the side or backyard, which is what I'm doing a lot of the times when we separate the units, is they don't have access to the backyard or the side yard now. So in order for them to get into the backyard, they'd have to go out the front door and all the way around. So when people are looking at this place as a rental, it definitely is much more appealing with the back door here.
Great. So it helps you to rent the property faster and keep your tenants for longer because they're, you know, that little bit of extra cost means your tenants are happier.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay. Great. Good.
Yep.
Good.
No, it's a lot more logistically. It's logistically a lot better for barbecues or whatever.
Yeah, it's a nice sized yard you have here. You know, it's a good sized property. So is this a shared access to the backyard?
That's something else interesting we can talk about if you want.
Yeah, sure.
So if you come back here, you'll see that there's quite a bit of space behind the garage.
Okay.
And I've never done this before, but I find that a lot of times people do want their own space. But you don't want to say to the basement person, no, you don't have a backyard, or whoever rents the basement apartment.
Okay.
So what we were thinking of doing is putting a fence right from here over to that back fence.
Okay.
And then on the other side of the garage, there's actually a gate. So it would be a fully fenced, separate yard for the basement tenants.
Oh, nice. That's interesting.
And it's a nice size.
Yeah. A nice size, and then they have their own private yard, so they have theirs, and the other tenant has theirs. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Great way of doing it. And the upstairs, did you do any renovations to the upstairs, or?
The only thing we did to the upper unit was block it off and put the stackable washer and dryer in.
Great. Okay.
Because it was ready to go. It was in really good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Very good. Well, thanks again for your time, and this is a great...
Thank you, Quentin.
This is an awesome renovation project, and you're going to do extremely well with it. So
we're very excited about it, so thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you.